Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jocelyn and I make positive living lifestyle videos. My goal is to help other people pretty much find the life that they have always wanted and that they deserve, just like I did. So if that's the kind of content that you're into, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. So today I want to talk about getting your life together before 2020. Okay, so how many of you have been so excited for the new year and you're like, oh, it's gonna be a fresh start, everything is going to be amazing, things are gonna look up. I know I have. I think I've pretty much done it almost every single year. But here's the thing, why not start right now, right this second, and get a jump start on making 2020 the best that we can make it? See, it's like when you work out and you always think, I'm gonna start tomorrow. Or if you have some big goal or achievement that you want to accomplish and you're like, I'm gonna start tomorrow. But here's the thing, tomorrow comes and what happens? We still don't do it. Like I said, I'm totally guilty of this in the past. But here's the thing, I know that every time January hits, I think, yes, I have a fresh start. I have all these goals that I want to achieve. But if we don't start them now, when are we actually gonna start them in January? So the 4 categories that I wanna talk to you about today are mental health, physical health, your environment, and your financial status. So getting into mental health. The number one thing that I suggest to getting your life together is prepping your day the night before. Whether it's getting the coffee pot ready, making your lunch, getting your outfit out. Try and make the next day as less chaotic as possible. Because I know for me, when I was working out of the home, my alarm would go off and then I was always rushing around and it just started my morning out with like this mentality of, ugh, another day. But when I prepped the night before and the coffee pot was set on a timer, my lunch was already in the refrigerator, my outfit was already out, I was able to just kind of like sail through my morning and I had all this extra time to be more productive. And that goes into my next point. Take the extra time that you're saving by prepping for the next day by doing something productive. Like for me, for example, I was so guilty of waking up and then just feeling so tired, exhausted, not prepared, throwing on an outfit, throwing my hair up in a messy bun, and wouldn't even wear makeup. And while I'm not a big fan of makeup, here's the thing, if I'm out in like a professional setting and I don't have makeup on, even if it's just like mascara, I do not feel put together. So the end goal is do what you have to do so that you feel put together the next day. Also under mental health is add more personal development to your day. I know for me, if I'm doing my hair, if I'm doing my makeup, if I'm taking like a drive to work or the store, I freaking love personal development podcasts. My number one go-to person for personal development is Shailene Johnson. Not only is she a great fitness guru, but she has the best personal development podcast and content, I think, out there. It is so motivating. I love hearing her talk. She's just like this powerhouse of a person, very magnetic energy. I love her. Another one that I've recently got into is the Badass Movement podcast. And I can't remember the host's name, but she is spot on. I love how she delivers her content. I love the guest speakers that she has on there. And I always end her episodes feeling like I have learned something. And going into that, if you're listening to personal development, don't just listen to it. Like, if you're just listening to it as you drive and you're just like, yeah, okay, whatever, but you're not retaining it, you're honestly just wasting your time. So sometimes what I like to do is I will listen to a podcast while I'm doing other things. If I feel like there is a ton of content in there that is super beneficial to me, I will listen to it again later on when I'm in a setting where I can take notes and rewind certain parts so I can really retain the information. Because it's like when you go to school and you're sitting there and you're listening to the teacher and you're like, okay, yeah, I totally get that, but you're not actually like putting yourself in there. What happens when you take the test? You don't know anything, you don't remember anything. So make sure that any personal development, anything educational period that you're listening to, that you're doing what you have to do so that your mind retains the information. Also under mental health, do more things that inspire you. Thomas Edison once said, genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. Meaning, yes, you can be 99% into whatever it is you're doing and being productive, but without that 1% of inspiration, you're not going to obtain what it is you're trying to obtain. And it's funny because people that create content get their content because they were inspired by other people. For example, I was inspired by Shailene Johnson years and years ago. When I started listening to personal development, that's when I was like, oh, hey, maybe I should change my mindset. And I started watching YouTube videos and listening to other podcasts. And now I'm sitting here like, wow, I have this wealth of information that I wouldn't have had. I wouldn't feel inspired to make my own content about the topic if I hadn't have listened to them. The second category is your physical health. And honestly, this is just as important as your mental health, because I know for me, if I'm not physically taking care of myself, my mental health just goes down the crapper. I'm not even gonna lie. Because if you're eating junk food all the time and you're just running yourself ragged, you're not getting enough sleep, then what mood does that put you in? How is that setting the tempo for your day? So even if you hate working out, find something that gets your blood pumping, whether it's even just stretching every day, whether you love to dance, take a salsa class, get some girlfriends or some guy friends, and maybe once a week go out dancing. Do something that helps your physical being. Also, make sure that you're getting all the nutrients that your body needs, because when you're lacking in your vitamins and your minerals and your healthy foods, it just takes a toll on you. And again, for me, it just drains my mental status like nobody's business. And I hate that feeling so very much. Also, more self-care. Oh, I cannot say this enough. I know for me, I really struggle with carving out time each week to make sure that I'm taking care of me, because I have 4 dogs, I have children, I have a husband, I help out with my dad, I work from home. I have all these things that pull me in like 5 million different directions. And a lot of the times at the end of the day, I feel like I've given a little bit of piece of me to everybody else, but I haven't taken anything for me. So I try at least once a week to just carve out some time, even if it's only like a half hour, to just make sure that I'm taking care of me. The third category is your environment. Oh boy, this one, I've struggled with this one in the past. And I'm not sitting here saying my environment is perfect, because Lord knows it's not. But I do try every single day to make sure that my environment is helping me and not hurting me. Because if my bed isn't made and my office space is super cluttery, I can't get into the groove that I need to get into, if that makes sense. So like if I sit down at my desk and I have papers everywhere and pens everywhere, sometimes my coffee cup from that morning that I forgot to take out, my brain can't focus. So if I have a clean house, if I know that my environment is clean and tidy, it's one less thing I have to stress about. And honestly, it's life-changing. I know I say life-changing a lot, but honestly, like, everything for me has been life-changing, so there's that. But yeah, so, if it's your dishes or your car or the place that you are in the most, make sure that that environment is conducive to your creative process, to your personal growth. And the last category is financial. This one is huge, guys, because if you don't know where you're at financially, how can you improve? I talk to a lot of people and I'm like, okay, what is the one thing that's holding you back in life? And you know what? 99% of the time they say it's money. And here's the thing. I totally get the, okay, we're living paycheck to paycheck. Trust me, I get it, because we've been there. Sometimes we're still there. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, I'm just so rich, because I'm not, and that's not the impression that I wanna give. But what I do know is I know where my finances are every single day. I know exactly how much we make, and I know exactly how much we have to pay out. I keep track of things. And every week I sit down and I look at my bank statement online and I look at all the notes that I've written down and things that I've purchased, and I think, ooh, you know what? I probably shouldn't have purchased that. And I make a mental note. And I've really cut down our spending and putting that money into savings, because you never know what's going to happen. But if you don't sit down and take at least 30 days to completely analyze your finances, then how do you know what you're gonna fix? So here's my challenge for you. I want you to log into your bank account, take a look at your last 30 days. If you can print out your statement, that's awesome. Highlight all the things that you purchased that you're like, ooh, I probably could have done without that. How many times did you eat out? How many times did you go to Target? How many times did you go to the nearest coffee shop? Add up all that money that you're spending and be like, okay, is that bad? Is that okay? Like, if you were to cut all those out, would that significantly improve your financial status? And then the next 30 days, I want you to make a conscious effort to gear back your spending. All those things you highlighted, you now know that, hey, maybe I shouldn't do that, and don't do it the next 30 days. And then after that 30 days, do it again and again, and see how much money you start saving. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, and I'm not saying cut every single thing out. By all means, treat yourself once in a while, but just take a hard look and find out where that leak is so that you can permanently fix it. So I would love to hear from you guys in the comment section, some tips and tricks that you have to get your life together before 2020. And if you guys really liked this video, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and the bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video, which is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Anyways, I really thank you guys for tuning into this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Stories, I'm a fool for your love.